Family. So I decided to come out to the park today. I thought I might take a little break from the indoors and hit the trail. I wanted to bring my bike, but I need to put some air in one of my tires. So I just took the wheel off and I have it in the back of the car and I'll fill it up, I guess, on my way home. But this is the park, Gring's Mill Park. There's also, I think it's called Red Covered Bridge. It's part of this. In the wintertime, they put lights out and stuff for folks, who like to celebrate the holidays. But I like it because I like to sit by the river over here and just listen to the sounds. I don't come out here very often. I used to come a lot more often when I first moved to PA. And then they were having a situation in the park with, I think, one or two people had gotten robbed on the trail, like really early in the morning. This trail connects from like the suburbs to the city, right? So from one end to the other, the population changes, if you will. But this is the part that I like to come to. And sometimes there's not a whole lot of people in the park. And I don't know if that's good or bad, but you do have to be careful. This is the river I was talking about. I think this is part of the Schuylkill River in Pennsylvania. But it's just a beautiful sound, and I can sit and watch the water forever. Now, don't get me wrong, right? It's nothing like the beaches in Africa. But, this is the state's version of a body of water. And so I don't know if you can see this man down here, but there's a man standing at the bottom there and he's fishing, right? He's standing like right in the water. I'll try to get that from the other side. But people come, they ride their bikes, they jog on the trail. I think it's 4 miles out and 4 miles in. So it's about 8.5, I guess, total miles if you do the whole trail. But this is what it looks like. I took you all to the lower part of the bridge. I'm going to cross this bridge and I'm going to head on the trail. These are some of the historic homes that are on the property. This is where the restrooms are. I think you all can see that. And then, there's like office buildings and stuff outside of the park. You may view some of that. But a lot of people still have those old homes on these properties. Who knows what those were used for, but I'm going to keep it positive. We'll turn this way. You can see the guy out here fishing. I don't know if you guys can see him. Can I make that bigger for you? See the man fishing? Yeah, they call that like fly fishing, so people do that. But this is one of my favorite places to stand. When I finish my walk, I just stand here and close my eyes and stretch. It's really beautiful. You see the water. Hopefully I won't drop my phone. Y'all will really get a close up then. But this is what it looks like. And this is the other side, which is a lot more calmer. And sometimes there'll be ducks and swans and everything else out here. It's really beautiful. I remember one day, I'll have to tell y'all this quick story. I was on the trail and I'm walking and no one else is in the park, right? And out of nowhere, literally, I'm walking and this deer is standing in the middle of the lane, right? And the deer doesn't budge. It just stands there and looks at me, and it was beautiful, but it was big. And so it made me think of that movie with, which one is it? With Ice Cube when he's taking the sister's kids to her. And I think it's Are We There Yet? And he gets out the car and he's fighting the deer. And all I could think was, am I going toe to toe with this deer? Is this thing going to move or is this going to be a problem? But the deer didn't move. It just stood there. It stared at me. I stared at it. It didn't look scared. Just going to stop and show you all. This is a sign. And I'm going to head Stone Cliff direction. So since I'm starting walking again, since it's been a while, I only walk locally, like to the post office by my house and stuff. And that's only about a mile. I'm going to walk down this trail. You can see this is where we were, going under the little bridge where the water was at. So nevertheless, back to the story. So the deer stands there, I stand there, and it's on this trail right here, right? Like further down. It's just standing there looking at me. I look at it, and I'm like, like, what's up? And then it just kind of looks, turns its head, and walks. Like, okay, she's not a threat, But now that I think about it, I'm thinking that, that might have been spirit, right? That could have been one of the ancestors visiting me, checking me out, and I'm just like, I didn't know what to do. I just stood there. Like, now I know different, and I probably would have, I don't know, maybe said thankful, been more grateful. See the man in the water, y'all got a better look now. See, he's about knee deep, and he's doing the fly fishing, I think they call it. All you fishermen would know. But this is the trail where I encountered the deer. And I often see beautiful birds here and stuff like that. These are some of the homes I was talking about that are built along this part. You see, it's those old stone farmhouses, I guess you would call them. But these are like modern versions that people have restored. This little house right here is actually an add-on, because I remember when this was just like a little guest house, but it looks like they finally finished it. The bigger house is further over. As we get to the front, you all will get to see it. But I remember when the guys were out here working, you see, it looks like a little art studio. I would love that, right? Just a place to paint. Can't wait to the continent to have that. I think you all can see. And that's what it looks like. They got a little bonsai tree growing up there, looks like. Yeah, they've done some work. So I'm going to stay on this side of the trail, because usually you walk down on the right side of the trail, and then the traffic from the left comes back up the other direction. But this is it. These are some of the homes here. Yep, that was newly built. I remember when it was smaller. And this is the older home here. And this is the river, right? I'll just walk and have some peace and quiet. So, I forgot my headphones. Look at that. I'm messing with y'all and forgot my headphones, but it's okay. I guess it's not meant for me to listen to any music. It's just meant for me to kind of hear the sounds of nature. So, I hope you all enjoyed this little view of my trail. And, I'm going to keep going. Get my little burn going on. In the meantime, y'all could check out the podcast, AA, Exit the Matrix, /Anja Africa. Thanks for joining me, family. Stay healthy, get your exercise on, keep moving, stay focused. Blessings.